Hello again, YouTube. I thought I'd do another video um, about buying stock at car boot sales. Um, if you're a reseller and like me, your best source of stuff is car boot sales, um, then this might be of use to you. If you've been doing this for a long time, I'm sure these tips that I can give you won't be that like a revelation. But there might be guys out there who are just starting this and are thinking, why am I not getting much stock? How's this guy finding all this stock and I can't? Perhaps it's because you're not doing some of these things. The first one should be obvious to you, and that is get to the car boot sale as early as they will physically let you in. Um, because you're not the only person out there trying to find this good stuff to sell. There are lots of other people, and then there's the general public who are out there looking for a bargain. You have to be there as soon as they open the gates or as soon as they let the sellers in. Some that I go to pay for early entry. Just pay it. Get there as early as you can and pay the early entry fee. Don't begrudge them a few quid to get in early. It will pay for itself in minutes if it's a decent boot sale. Obviously, don't pay to go in some crappy boot sale with a handful of with sellers rather. So yeah, that's the obvious one: is get early, get there early, get there early. And next one, if you're at a stall and there's a lot of good stuff and there's a lot of dealers around you, and you're struggling to manage to process it all and work out what you want, it's a good idea to pick it up. If there's a row of games in front of you, like, and you're flicking through them, people will just lean in and cherry pick it from behind you. You know, they'll come in from the side and they'll take the stuff before you've seen it. What I tend to do these days is pick up the whole pile of games if you like. You don't have to buy them, and then just slowly put down the ones you don't want. There's a kind of unwritten rule that if it's in your hand, it's kind of yours until you've decided you're not buying it. Or if there's a box of stuff that you're interested in, you want to go through, pick up the box, have it in your hand as you're going through it, and then people can't really take the stuff out from under your nose, which they will do. So yeah, get it in your hand. Get it in your hand while you're deciding. Um, what else was I going to say? Yeah, if you're at a car boot sale and there's still sellers coming in, you know, they're setting up in rows, don't start at the front row that have been set up for half an hour or an hour already or whatever, because the dealers will have gone through that already and they will have picked the obvious stuff out of it. So start where the new sellers are set. Go straight to the back of the field where they're still setting up, and then work your way back through. Your goal needs to be get to as many stalls as possible as early as possible, and just do what you can to make that happen. And you will see that your finds will shoot up. The quality of your finds will shoot up. Another one is to rummage. Really go for it. If there's boxes under the stall, pull them out, look in them. I found awesome deals at the bottom of a box of crap. People quite often don't know what they've got, and that's the whole point of this, really, isn't it? People don't know perhaps the true value of what they've got, or they're just clearing out and they really don't care. But people will put stuff in the bottom of a box of junk. Quite often there'll be boxes of books because they're heavy underneath, and they'll be all jumbled in. Have a look, pick those books out and see what's underneath. Believe me, it will pay off. One day it will pay off and you'll think back to this and think, yeah, he was right. So yeah, rummage, rummage, rummage. Pick up stuff, look under it, look in it. Another one I would say is don't just go around once, unless you've got another boot sale which is down the road or somewhere else to be with a whole load of fresh stalls that you haven't been to. Go around the same boot sale again. If I'm at a car boot sale and I've got nowhere else to go and I've got nothing better to do, I will go round it twice. I will then go around it a third time and look at the same stalls with fresh eyes and have a closer look. Go through things with more detail. Pick up the things that you were unsure about the first time and get your phone out. Start looking things up. Extract as much from that sale as you possibly can. And then, if you know the boot sale is starting to pack up and you're still there and there aren't any other sales to go to, that can be a fantastic time, the end of a car boot sale. I've stuck around to the end of car boot sales, and the things you hear are just mind blowing. People are like, okay then kids, if there's nothing you really want here, chuck it all in this box, we're going to go to the tip. And you hear people saying, right, everything's going to charity. And you know at that point, any reasonable offer you make on any of that stuff, they're going to accept, because they're now in the frame of mind that they are getting rid of this stuff. They really couldn't give a damn. And I've found some really good. I've experimented at this time in a car boot sale. I bought the guy had a load of modems, and I'd looked at them earlier, and he was asking, I don't know, too much for me to take a punt on them. I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't look them up. And at the end, I got 3 modems for £1, and one of them I sold for a tenner. I think the others weren't anywhere near as much, but you know, and it's opened my eyes up to modems, and I've looked into modems a bit, and I know a little bit more about them. So it allows you to experiment. I bought some BT phones, like wireless phones, at the end of a boot sale for next to nothing, and that's a whole other area I've got a little bit of knowledge about now because I took that chance. I like to buy books at the end. If people are virtually giving away books, that's a great time to take a chance on non-fiction books. I don't go for the whole fiction stuff. There's no money in it, I don't tend to think. But kids' books, I do well on kids' books. Jacqueline Wilson books, I make up big bundles of. At the end of a car boot sale, if people have got trays of books left, if they're kids' books, pick out all the Jacqueline Wilson. Pick out the Mr. Men. Pick out the stuff you can bundle together as themed lots when they're giving it away, you know, so you can get 20 or 30 books for £1 or so. So yeah, that's another. My final tip would be, if you can, hang around till the end, and you can pick up some great deals. Hope that's helpful. See you soon. Bye.